Do 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 do. Ah, they did the Rukia song. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Thoughts Per Episode Bleach 1000-Year Blood War Edition. Today we will be talking about Season 2, Episode 6, The White Haze, which was all about Rukia versus Asnod. Is that how you say that? Asnod? I love his name. This episode is one I have been looking forward to for a while. It was a magnificent episode. Rukia has been such a central character to the series for so long, right from the bloody start, and it feels like in terms of power she never quite matched up against the rest of the cast, and it is so gratifying to see her do this, beat Asnod, although I do kind of wish that she wasn't saved in the middle by Byakuya. Like, part of me doesn't mind it. Part of me thinks that it is showing off that while she has had an increase in power, she still has a lot to learn, and she is still facing an incredibly scary opponent. And you know, she's not just, you know, it's kind of working against a trope which I point out so much of, like, oh, I go away, I train, I come back, I'm super powerful, I one-shot the enemy. The fight is more nuanced than that, and that is a good thing. At the same time, I was a little bit like, ah, man, when I read the manga originally, I was like, she gets saved by Byakuya. But I think what makes it okay is that she still gets the final blow in the end. Now, while I obviously remembered her magnificent Bankai, I love that line so much, I'm so glad they did it. I forgot that she also enhanced her Shikai. To be honest, I kind of thought that her Bankai was her Shikai, but it was not. Soud no Shiryuki is just, I think I'm pronouncing that wrong by the way, it is just a different nature of Bankai than she originally believed, and the whole like lowering your body temperature thing wasn't just the Bankai power, it was the Shikai power. And I get the sense that she didn't want to break out the Bankai, because she even says after using her Shikai, like her Shikai's full power, that like, oh, I still need to get used to controlling it. Like, a cut springs on her finger and she realizes she did a little bit of body damage to herself, so it feels like the Bankai was something that she had achieved, but she was not ready to use in a fight. But then Asnodot gonna Asnodot and reminded her that fear is scary, yo, and that even if she's frozen her cells, she can't freeze her nerve endings, or like, you know, basically, if she can see him, then she can be afraid of him. And the voice acting in this episode is just fucking top notch. The voice actor for Asnodot and of course Rukia's voice actor both give excellent performances. Like, especially Rukia's literal terrified high-pitched scream. It was like, Jesus Christ, it was so believable. And you know what, while I do have mixed feelings about this not just being an easy outright victory for her, I do think that scene was so good, and what came later. I think I'm talking myself around on it. I think I do like the way this entire fight played out. And I also like the little hint we get about Byakuya's also had a little bit of a, you know, what basically what was assumed to be his Bankai is now his Shikai, so that's the level of power increase he's had. He's like, yeah, I you know, grew complacent about my power, and after you defeated me, I was humbled enough to realize I could grow my power. Thanks, buddy. Because that's, you know, how Byakuya talks. That's his general mannerism, right? And then Rukia, oh, by the way, no, hang on, roll it back. The fucking animation on Asnodot using his swollen? No, that's not what that is. Hang on. Oh god. German words, German nouns. Vollständig, that's the one. The transformation, I was worried it wouldn't be as horrifying as the manga, because the manga panels are pretty horrifying. I remember talking to other people in the Bleach community at the time that those chapters came out, just being like, yo, Kubo, what the fuck, dude, what is up with this shit? Are you okay? But yeah, I think, you know, while there will always be a kind of eldritch horror that you can never quite capture with full color motion animation versus just like still images on a page, I think the anime did an excellent job. And then Rukia Bankai, holy fuck, it's so good. I'm so proud of her. I know she's a fictional character, but you don't understand, I've known her for years. The fucking recognition from Byakuya, it was a magnificent Bankai. It's so good, so good. Thank you, Nissan. Thank you. Is it Nissan or Nisama? You could argue that the Rukia-Byakuya relationship is Still pretty toxic, but I don't. Nah, it's not. It's wholesome. It's ever since the end of the first arc, it's been wholesome. He's just a stiff lad. He's just a stiff, noble lad who's out of touch with his emotions. And if Rukia's a little bit overly dependent on praise from him, it's fine. Can you imagine if Byakuya told Ichigo he had a magnificent Bankai? No, that boy's got 2 swords now. That's alright. It's an okay Bankai. Rukia's fucking Ice Queen shit? Magnificent Bankai. Post-editing Christian, no, Ichigo's 2 swords are not a Bankai, you fucking donut, fucking fake fan. And I think they remade Here to Stay. Was it Here to Stay? I think we got 2 new soundtracks this episode, and the nostalgia hit, especially with the one I hummed at the beginning, because I don't remember specifically the title of that particular soundtrack, but the scene with Rukia going with her brother back to Soul Society and Ichigo bleeding on the pavement is forever ingrained into my soul. That is when anime as a medium hooked me, and I just had to know how it resolved. And they brought it back. I fucking love Bleach. Oh, I forgot to talk about the beginning of the episode. Sorry, Rukia overshadowed it with her awesomeness. We saw fucking Kang Do and BG9. Was it BG9 or just B9? Anyway, they're not a thing anymore. And the fucking shock on Ishida's face as the wall next to him gets painted in blood. Such a good shot. The Quincy's are so brutal, and it's fun to see Ishida realize that. Also, we got to see our boy Ichigo, our Ginger King. He's off. Is he ginger? I guess he's ginger, right? I've never really put that together. His hair is just kind of anime orange. His hair? I don't fucking know. Anyway, next week we've got the creepy KFC Colonel, so look forward to that, I guess.